Hello, good evening, and welcome to Newsnight. In this, punished.
It's either they should be sentenced to death as well, or they should be in life imprisonment. If you don't want them outside there, because if you see them, it won't be better for them.
Priest in exchange for money. We'll also hear from former President Kufuor, who is calling on authorities to clamp down on activities of spiritualists.
Of the diseases we're talking about.
Also tonight, scores of final year SHS students stranded at various campuses as Ghana Education Service postpones reopening of school.
From Kumasi, Ofre cry, Becca say, oh, Yeska Kramaye, and he said, then
Also in this package, Fisheries Minister urges persons
and has used it or consumed it. Please own up so that we can monitor you.
From the IMF.
And also road accidents killing more Ghanaians than tuberculosis, malaria and HIV/AIDS combined. We have more for you at
997. We'll be crossing over and joining our team from the sports world. Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Mensah.
I am Emefa Apawu.
Death if the suspects are not punished. The two have been remanded by Council of Court today and are expected to reappear on April 20. We understand that this may have happened cash, as they say. Master Gbagba just returned from the community where the heart-wrenching incident happened.
So one of the suspects, they tell me, actually lives just 100 meters away from where the deceased lives. And we are told sit down together to eat and all of that. The uncompleted building where the incident itself also happened is just very close to the suspect.
Anani and his younger brothers, they've been going to my sister, helping them, food and everything. Ishmael is in class 4. Of course, he's very, very intelligent. Even when he was called, he was in the room into the government that will be very happy if we will hear that they've taken the boy to maybe life imprisonment or something like that. We'll be very, very happy. Money or something like that. It will pain me. It will pain me because the legal action we are expecting for the government.
How did you know they are old?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So yes, that day here, one was telling, Nicholas was saying he's 19 years. And Anani's father confirmed Anani is 18 years. So I don't see this morning action must be taken against them. Okay. Because my sister is staying with them here, closely to them. He has my sister.
Well, Maxwell, you also at the crime scene.
Yeah.
Exactly what did you see?
Well, at the crime scene, those concrete blocks were actually used to hit the deceased many times. The first, we are told, hit the boy with the concrete blocks. So if you go to the crime scene, you'll find all of that there. And then a shovel that was used in digging the shallow grave. Yes, Emefa, that is contained in a charge sheet filed at the Castle of Akko District Court. It is alleged that the two accused persons have for some time been watching television programs with spiritualists talking about the ability to make people rich. Now we are told that the two are said to have the rituals. The suspects armed themselves with a club, like I mentioned earlier, a cement block, and then laid siege at an uncompleted building on the ransom of 5,000 cedis. When they realized this would be a difficult task, they used a club to hit the neck of the deceased with the intention of coming for the body at night so they can transport it to the Volta region to the spiritualists who had requested that the boy. They've been remanded and they are set to reappear.
Describing him as an intelligent and obedient child. Tell us more.
Yeah, uncle of the deceased has been describing him as a very intelligent boy, very obedient.
Intelligence. One thing about him I always remember is the big smile in his face. Well, it's hard, but what will you do? It has happened already. So we just have to take it like that and see the way forward. Even if juveniles, you dare not watch a corpse. And these kids were able to create how do I even say it? They were able to commit this gruesome murder. This is unpardonable. Him, the other guy, Nicholas, he was saying the guy, he was born around 2002, the recent happenings in this country. We only hope that the institutions will be on their feet and then do the right thing for us. Been bothering the mother, he's been asking the mother, when would the father come here? So the mother was fed up and he has in the days until these Easter holidays. So the son, Ishmael took phone and called the father. He promised to come, he couldn't come. Even honest daddy, he was disappointed. So until the next day, the father arrived on Saturday, 6:30, early in the morning. Then he woke up straight. So the father said, okay. He himself asked the father, he went to tell the father, he went to his mother and said, okay, then I'll offer him tea. So do tea for my father. And
Maxwell, so family members and friends of this boy are saying they will take matters into their own hands if they're perpetrating.
They are not 18 and 16 as they have claimed, and that they are more than that, and that the law, they should be made to face the full risk.
My name is Muna Oraj Amidu. He's my grandmother's son. He's very intelligent. He don't with them. I don't know the reason why they just have this kind of mind to just murder him without any reason or something. Even if you want to murder someone, it shouldn't be him. You people even into their mind for them to do such thing. And this case, we don't want them to leave it. If possible, if not because they are saying they are kids, what kind of kids that will have this men should be sentenced to death as well, or they should be in life imprisonment. That's what we want. They should be in prison.
Well, so that's some residents of Kaswa. Then Maxwell, thank you very much for that. Subsequently on TV, and hoping that they could kill this boy in exchange for fast cash, as you put it. The former President Kufuor has been speaking about this.
And backwardness, you know. How could young people, what do they know? And fraudulent people, promising everything. When you look at them, you should know that these are people who are themselves just bad and cut out anything that would defraud society and also make asses of the community. We need to do that. Media now virtually hijacking the airwaves with vain promises and trickery. We must.
Thankfully, we can speak now to the chairman of the National Media Commission, Dr. Yabuide Yeboafo. Mr. Yabuide Yeboafo. It's instructive to note that the police themselves, today in their fact sheet that they presented to court, involved. They've been watching television where they watch spiritualists and fetish priests who claim how they became converts of this spirit night. Hello, Dr. Buide Yeboafo.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us here on Newsnight. To court today and charged the suspects. And in their fact sheets they presented to the court of television, where they've seen spiritualists, fetish priests and priestesses advertise how to get money quick.
And it's a tragedy that we should all be mourned, but a lame excuse for them. You see, the point is that I don't know. Because seriously, this merely to the fact that somebody watched television, I think that it is too far-fetched. But the issue is that we all have to do that. I think that this is a very lazy investigation.
But I'm saying this is a reflection of failure of regulation.
You see, the issue that we are dealing with 167, that the National Media Commission should take all appropriate means to promote the highest journalist. National Media Commission will want to take effect, but have to go through Parliament for approval, including rejoinders, including newspaper publications and all that. When the national, which meant that it must go through Parliament, for Parliament to approve it before it becomes effective, Now, if you read Article 173 of the Constitution, with the workings of any media house or any media person. So these are the constraints within which the national. Now the broadcasting bill was drafted alongside the right to information and became operational last year. As we speak, the broadcasting bill has not been passed into law. In fact, last it didn't get passed because maybe of the workload of Parliament or in terms of what it has put some offensive material on air. The National Media Commission cannot close down that station. And most of the time, it is the code of ethics of the National Media Commission that the Constitution and the of the professional association that it is dealing with, whose member it may be dealing with, or which organization it may be dealing with. The authority of the National Media Commission, as far as regulating content is concerned, is very limited. And I think, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association has a representative in the association very well or otherwise. After the passage of which says that the National Media Commission cannot interfere with the day-to-day functions of a media house or a media person. That content regulation that wanted to let the Media Commission know the constraints within which the National Media Commission is working.
I get a sense then that the
yeah,
NCA will have maybe
over content. And this is
license
the
it at
dilemma.
least. They
The
can.
NCA doesn't have control over content. Currently allocation, it is the NCA. So we have this kind of difficulty, and sometimes that is a dilemma.
Apart from what we're hearing from the Dr. Yaburi Ebuafo, is that we have a big challenge, but the NCA definitely will have some responsibility, as he explains there, because they have the power to license your take. That was a subject of some challenge, but I guess will people challenge it if the reason was fetish priests?
TV. It looks like the public are very interested in this, talking about it. A number of tweets, maybe we just go through a few of them. Eldad tweeting at Christ Money on social media. Hashtag stop money rituals on TV. Sikedrona Dorso. It's high time we revoke the license. Artwork is all over the place on Twitter and it's supposed to be on the 7th of April. I don't know, rituals. Not good. Really not good. Stop it. And it's also on the hashtag stop.
Shortly. So stay with us for that. In the meantime, let's update you on what is happening with your child when it comes to the Ghana Education Service postponing the reopening of schools to May 5th.
So according to the years, has left many final year students who trooped to the various schools disappointed.
What they are doing is not good. It will not help us because we are final years and we should have been in the house. Me free kono gonna buy and then rest on bedroom. Don't we and ya bedroom is a woo. I say, oh, yeah, neska grandma. And he said, then be not an house. Miss from Kumasi, I came, that was yesterday. It's just painful. It's painful because we thought we should go back and we don't know what we are even going to do in the house. So it's just painful.
We came back to prepare for it.
It's doing the educational system like something. We don't even understand now. We are feeling very bad about that issue. Yeah, some of them we're just reporting how the government is doing the system now. Can we pass?
I mean, so this is baffling. So a child, you can't be in school because the reopening date has been postponed. And the announcement on her to travel. How is she going to get back? Another lady there talks about coming from Kumasi all the way to delay and criticizing the Ghana Education Service for the late announcement of the postponement.
Also been blaming congestion at the various schools for the inability to receive the final Ghana Education Service. We're also assuring the final year students on the arrangement that they put in place in order
management that given the numbers that we have in the school and with the break that we were at home so that all the Form 3s could come to school, the Form 2 goal will also be in schools. Alternatively, we said they could contain all the Form 1s that will be in school and then the goal Form 2 to move on. That way we can have the students.
So Charles there and the heads of the school say they informed GS about the problem. The day of reopening is a fundamental question we have to put to them. But we've been hearing
7:30 thereabouts, only to be told at the gate that reopening has changed from today to 5th May. And taking boarding students to school doesn't, it requires so much as compared to all across Ghana to bring children to their various schools. And then you tell us that school is not reopening. So I got down, we sent the information to you. So when I was there, I saw other parents coming and it was
a parent there. What has GS been saying about it?
Listen to Cassandra Chumampofo.
So they would be in school
end of October.
Yes.
Is that healthy enough for teaching and learning? Isn't that too long a period?
When we talk holidays that we may find within, it's not really that they are going. And of course, within that time, they may have this is the time that then. Of course, even if they had gone this time, they would not at home.
Cassandra Trum there. Let's bring in Peter Nochu, who development.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to your, good evening to your cherished audience. Cognizant of the fact that this is not the first, second, or third time. There's barely been a semester or a term in October 2019, for instance, a day before the resumption of school, 1 month. 4 days to that 1 month reopening, should a release to the Junior Director General, advising that as much as possible, let's have a timetable that we.
I mean, it's important you bring us a historical point of view here. I want to bring in Peter Nochu, who is on the education committee. So, Peter Nochu, homes in Konongo and travel all the way to Wale Wale, who are stranded right now. Where to sleep is an issue. Traveling back home will be an issue.
Evans, yeah, it is very, very much disappointing, and there was a frustration on the face of all students, especially the final years, the third-year students. It was very disappointing.
What should happen now? What should happen now?
Luckily, some of them had money on them, so because their parents gave them to see the looming crisis that were going to besiege the senior high schools, because the facilities are not there, taken out, and then ask the final year students to remain home until somewhere in May. Hours that will be lost. What is going to happen is that fatigue will set in if they remain too long committee meeting to discuss the matter. So the ministry must come out and explain why they have postponed the reopening date for the CHAS. What did they say?
Yeah.
And so that should have been carried out in the press release of the GES.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm grateful, Kofi. In 30 seconds, what should happen now?
I think, what should happen? A definitive timetable and assure all parents that this is the final table for the academic year. 2, the management of juniors must be held accountable. You know, you can't always get away with held responsible. Someone must answer questions to the political authority that put them there. Other than that, it's going to be a culture we're going to continue, which is not going to help in service delivery in the education sector.
Who came from Konongo, who is stranded in Nalerugu right now without transportation back to their parents. What would happen to these children across the country?
And why did we wait all this while before announcing today when it's reopened? George?
Hi, Emefa, coming up
to stabilize strongly in the for time as government moves to deal with the infrastructure challenge in the sector. The stationery, your number one stop shop for all your office essentials, and Allianz Insurance.
Money save everywhere you go. Experience a safer and more secure way to do all your transactions with MTN Momo. Present your national ID, voter's ID, NHS good together. Remember to present any of these valid national ID cards for all your Momo transactions at agent points.
Son, we are so proud of you for setting up this hospital. I really love those hospital beds and waiting chairs. By the way, did you import them?
No, Dad, I didn't.
Expert advice on how to set up our office.
Guys, that makes 3 of us. I also got our sofa and bedroom sets. Plus, I also mentioned that our classroom furniture was provided by Kingdom.
So there you have it. Whenever you're in the industry, we stock and supply a wide variety of globally sourced office and home furniture, stationery and equipment. Visit our head office, Osuakwaje, or our office near the Airport City, or call us 0302 764101, 764209, or 7627.
Allianz Insurance since 1890. At Allianz, we cover your employees, your funerals, pensions, children's education, and your future. Call us on Allianz Life. We secure your future.
Opoku Prempeh has expressed government's commitment to fully deal with the infrastructure needs in this sector. Now, then, after visiting the Gridco office in Tema, the minister noted that they are just pleading for some time to firmly deal with the situation.
To transmit, Accra has expanded tremendously, so they are giving us power lines that can improve the power situation.
For NEG, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Now, the Ghana City may be the immediate beneficiary of another $1 billion support coming from the IMF. The ongoing virtual IMF World Bank spring meetings in Washington, D.C. Now, coming on the back of meanwhile, the executive secretary for the UN Commission for Africa, Vera Sorogo, says that these funds should be released now.
This meetings, we're going to be announcing the SDRs. I hope we're not just announcing them. I hope we are releasing them. We can't wait for another 4 months before they are released. We need them yesterday. So that's better transparency. It's going to be very difficult to work on resolving the debt problem if we do not understand who has what debt where.
For Ghana compared to government's own projection, the fund believed that the country would happen at the end of the year with the economic activities are indeed going to pick up this year. Now, this is in line with the Bank of Ghana's projection. Now, possibly lead to are needed to actually sustain these projections. Albert Joffan is the chief economist at the World Bank in charge of Africa.
Africa sustaining high growth, if we implement the right kind of policy, the policies, infrastructure that improves the competitiveness of our economies and to create jobs.
Is chief economic profit for last year. The latest bank to do this is Cal Bank, which saw its profit actually hit 200 and witness some marginal growth in the area of deposits, loans, and revenue. The COVID-19 pandemic. This could also signal some good times for shareholders and Emefa.
Thank you very much, and we're getting ready for that big game tonight. But in her first public unit to report themselves for monitoring.
We had information that some fish were at the shore dead, which is not usual. I wanted to know what caused that kind of situation at the sea, to come and find out what the problem is. As we speak, they have taken samples and we are investigating. Say anything that is not in order. We want to plead with the community. If anyone has taken some of the fish and has used it or consumed it, please quickly arrest it.
Okay, you went to the market over the weekend and you bought fish. You suspect it's unwholesome. A part of the world every year, shockingly in Ghana, if deaths from these three diseases are combined, the documentary that, of course, Seth Kwame Boateng has put together, trauma and orthopedics doctors in the country are very worried about this. Dr. Dominic Konis